Hello and welcome to My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Did New Zealand. They have got to 237 for the loss of six wickets. Now, in case you were watching the first hour of this game and you saw them go about 40 for 4, and then after Kane Williamson got out with the score at, I think that was 85,
85 for 5.
85, when Kane Williamson got out, he probably just walked away from the television. And you've come back now and you go, what's going on? We're here to decode what went on. Of course, Zaheer Khan and Robin Uthappa here with me. It's been Jimmy Neesham, actually, who was the star of the show. 97 not out, got a 6 of the last ball and got him to 97. Grandhomme, great partnership with him as well. 64 to him. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the pick of the bowlers for Pakistan. Well, yes, now I shall hand over to you, gentlemen, to explain to the fans what happened.
Well, start of the game, if someone tells Pakistan 237 is going to be the score end of the 50 overs, they'll take it any day.
100%.
After 83 for 5, to let New Zealand get to 237 is something which are the questions.
So can I add to that?
Yeah.
So after 83 for 5, if somebody told New Zealand you can get to 237, they'd take it.
Of course, yes. I mean, that's the best chance they can give themselves at that stage in the game. So that is something which how the game goes, right?
Yeah.
Now I think Pakistan should look at the situation in this manner, how I've explained,
and not about mysteries.
Yeah, not about thinking that we have let the game slip. They have scored. There was a partnership of 100 runs after 5 wickets being down. What are we doing? Again, rather than going in that kind of a zone, they should go and say that, okay, 240 is gettable on this track. It's just about par score. We did pretty well to get them to 83 for 5. And after that, number 6 and 7 got runs. It's also indicating of the fact that how good the wicket has played.
Yeah.
So there are no demons in the wicket. Yes, it's turning a bit, but it's on the slower side. And that's how you approach the game. New Zealand don't have many spinners. They just have Santner to deal with. Grandhomme or Neesham you can go after on this kind of a track, because it's not an easy kind of a track for your dibbly-dobbly bowlers to come and make an impact. So the real key for New Zealand now, if they have to win this game, is going to be Bolt, Lockie Ferguson and Santner. So I think these 30 overs I feel are going to be the most important overs for New Zealand. Matt Henry, yes, he has been among the wickets, but I think he lacks that pace to make that impact early on. So maybe with the new ball he might have some kind of help, but as the ball gets older, will not have that much of an impact. Like we've seen against West Indies as well, later on he doesn't have the variations
which he's done.
To bank on.
So here's the thing: what Pakistan have to do? Pakistan have to forget that it was 83 for 5, and just look at the 237 whole number and saying, "Oh, that's good. We did well to keep them to 237," and not get disappointed of, "Oh, we could have got them for 137."
Yeah, so that's the mindset that they shouldn't get into. I think the gist of what Zach Bhai is trying to explain is that if they get into that mindset, 237 looks like a 300.
Yeah.
Because they get in that negative space and then they start operating from that space, and then it actually has a negative impact on how you approach the game. Say that, hey, at the beginning of the game, if someone had told us we're going to get 237 to chase, we would have taken this with like both hands and said, thank you very much, we'll chase that one. And because we were discussing when Zach Bhai said 250 and then I said 260, you said 280, you felt that, they were past scores on this ground. And the fact that they only have 237 to chase is all right. And it's very much capable by this Pakistan side if they played true to their potential with the mindset that they played in the previous match.
Who has played true to his professional? I just want to digress just a little bit for a second. Is the person sitting on the My 11 Circle expert couch. 240 was your prediction, I think?
Yes.
That was 240, 237?
Missed it by 3.
Yes. So close.
But happy that I'm sitting on the couch.
You're saying missed it by 3. That's the negative mindset you're getting into that you said you should not get into.
No,
if I told you in the beginning of the game that you will have the expert couch, would you have taken it?
Of course I would have taken it with both hands.
He's got 2 days in a row now, huh?
So Pakistan have to follow the same mindset of what he's
What he said, not what as he does.
he's exuding right
do
now.
as I say, don't do as I do. but now let's look at New Zealand on the other side. New Zealand, now Pakistan can control their mindset, they can't control New Zealand's mindset.
Yeah.
New Zealand's mindset probably going in goes, listen, bowlers, you could have had just about 120, 140 to play with. We've given you 237. Come on, go out and win it for us.
Yeah, I think New Zealand will be pretty upbeat with their score, given that they were 83 for 5. And I think they recognized like key moments in the game, and credit must be given to that to New Zealand. They recognized that when two spinners came on to bowl, they knew that now is the time to go.
Yeah.
Especially Jimmy Neesham, who was playing completely unlike his natural formula which works for him. He went and he was batting on I think 30 or something of 70
60,
balls.
oh, yeah, 65 or something.
balls.
Yeah.
But the minute those Shadab Khan and Imad Wasim came into bowl, he went on the offensive, and so did Colin de Grandhomme. They thought that he would struggle against spin, so maybe that's why they bought spin from both ends. But I think that was that error in judgment that Pakistan made, that New Zealand capitalized on, which gave them momentum. Before you knew it, at 30 overs, they were 83 for...
We'll show you, it was 94 for 5.
94 for 5 at 30 overs.
Yeah.
At the 35th over, they were 140 or something.
So you know what they say, there's that whole thing, no? Whatever's at the end of the 30th over, you double that and you're happy. Wow, they've gone like 2.5 times.
Exactly. So they capitalized very quickly. Before you knew it, they had 50 runs had already added. And you knew that if that partnership just opened up a little bit more, and which it did, it was a 120 run partnership if I'm not wrong, and they knew that they could get up to 132 runs.
Yep, off 128 balls.
Yeah.
So they have where the batting for New Zealand struggled, these two stuck in there, got it going, and then they've gone pretty much at pace, right? They both contributed 60 runs to the partnership.
There's no doubt that Pakistan bowlers in the back end of New Zealand innings have conceded about 30 runs more than they should have.
Yeah.
So even though with good batting after 83 for 5, it should have been around 200 or less than 200.
Correct.
Let's see. Let's put that chart up again so you can see where the game started slipping away from Pakistan when you see that innings progression. Look at it: 44 for 3, 20 for 1, 30 for 1. Fully in control of the 30th over, and then next 10 overs, going at a runner ball, no wicket, and then 85 of the back 10.
I think 30 to 40 was the phase where, as a captain, as a team, you could have taken more chances.
Yeah.
Okay, because last 10 overs,
attacking.
last 10 overs you go defensive anyways,
Yeah.
irrespective of the fact. Last over, if they've scored 75 to 80 runs, fine. I mean, any team will take it. It's just about how you go on when you are in the position of strength.
Yeah.
Right. So 90 for 5 is position of strength, and those 10 overs you had to be on the charge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by on the charge, I mean, you should have seen some silly point, short leg or something, some fielder in close circle which is just there to build that pressure.
Yeah, like we saw from Australia
and they could from Bangladesh.
From Bangladesh, sorry.
Very smartly.
Yes.
Yeah, but
so you can have short covers also, where you can't play upishly. Or
even have your best bowler bowl, like you were saying, Shaheen Afridi had got 3 wickets in 7 overs and bowled 3 maidens. Get him back on at that point in time. You have a new batsman. Try and knock him over as well. You knock him over, you're literally running down into one more recognizable batsman, then the tail. Yeah. So I think that's why they missed it. We even discussed it. And
at 35 overs, Mohammad Amir had bowled 4
overs.
Yeah.
At that point, you bring your best bowlers on and you try and get one more wicket. So then you're essentially into the tail.
Yeah, and then you don't give them a chance to get those 85 of the back 10 then.
Yeah, then there's no chance
at that stage, Neesham was someone who was looking to just anchor the innings.
Yeah.
And Grandhomme was someone who was looking to take charge.
Yeah.
He tried hitting some big shots to Shadab as well.
Yeah.
So that was the proactive nature of the game at that stage, which Sarfaraz needed to understand, which he missed. So
New Zealand won that phase.
If you have to be if you have to be a little critical, then that's the moment I think they missed the trick where they could have brought in their main bowlers, attacked at that stage when the batsmen were just little defensive, not too defensive, because Grandhomme was looking to take attack, but Neesham was a little defensive. So at that stage, they could have taken the advantage of the situation, wherein they played into both the batsmen's hand, and they managed
Run away.
to just,
How much?
take the advantage there.
But tell me, how impressed are you with Jimmy Neesham? And Jimmy Neesham is a guy you know as, big hitter, who's got those crazy centuries, and suddenly he comes into a position to bat. He's coming in at number 6, where 4 wickets down, 40 or not even half a century on the board. He just changes his entire approach to batting. He's just shown just immense understanding today.
Yeah, that's what's extremely pleasing about this New Zealand side.
Yeah.
When it comes to tournaments like this, there's always men within that group who stand up and take responsibility.
Yeah.
Definitely at the fall of Williamson's wicket, he knew, because even when he came in to bat with Williamson, he made sure that he held one end up. He didn't lose a wicket. They stitched a partnership. They had to rebuild that foundation, which was, there wasn't really a foundation. They were like 20 or 30 for 3. And then he came in a bat, and then 40 for 3 when he came in a bat, and then he had to literally rebuild a foundation out of which they can set a score.
Yep.
And then so he knew that it was essential not to lose wickets, even if he had to play slow at that point in time. And that's literally the chart that he followed. And he got able support, stitched up about a 40-50 run partnership with Williamson. The next thing you know, he's got a 130 run partnership with Colin de Grandhomme, and that's taking you to 237.
Yeah, they were 83 for 5 when Kane Williamson went, which meant that Jimmy Neesham was pretty much the last man standing at the point, and it was half the game was done that time. It was in the 27th over. So for him to be around from then right till the end, and the way he's batted, I mean, really, it's been. You've seen another sort of just another arrow in his quiver today, so to speak, with Jimmy Neesham, and it's been quite impressive and really much needed for the Black Caps. Let's talk about the Pakistan bowling, and while we may say that, yes, of course, you can be critical of what happened between the 30th and 40th over, where they gave a runner ball without picking up a wicket and let it sort of slip and let New Zealand get towards 250, you can't take anything away from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Zach, he was gold today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the zone.
Yeah.
43 dot balls.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Running in, just hitting that length and hitting it so consistently. I think that's been the hallmark of today's spell from Shaheen Shah Afridi. 7 overs, he was just in that zone, did all the right things, didn't really complicate things, kept hitting those areas, and got rewards for that. So that's something which worked. I still felt that from New Zealand side, when they were batting first, they were not really adapting of the situation or reading of the wicket as quickly as possible. That was missing because Munro's dismissal was a soft dismissal. Guptill's dismissal was again a soft dismissal. So your 2 of your first 4 dismissals were of the deliveries which you could have easily put away.
Yeah.
So that was something which was concerning. Ross Taylor got a good delivery, and Latham once again suggesting that he's not really equipped to hold that spot.
Yeah.
He's got out in identical fashion, I think, in few games. Just left armour nicking to the keeper.
Yeah.
So that is something which is a concern. So you might see in the next game some batting order shift for sure, because the kind of form Neesham is in, and he's having a very good World Cup without anyone noticing.
Yeah, very productive one.
He has
under the radar.
Quietly
He
efficient.
almost scored 100 today.
Yeah,
the other
he
day
deserved
he
100
had got 5 wickets
Yeah.
against Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So he's
Afghanistan, he got 5 wickets.
Afghanistan, yeah. So he's making impact in the tournament, but he's just going under the radar is what we've
I think we're
been calling.
discovering what Jimmy Neesham has to offer as an athlete for world cricket and for New Zealand. I think as an audience we're actually discovering that. Much like Ben Stokes in his maybe in his early years in international cricket, where we started saying, hey, this guy's really good, and you start seeing his potential. I think you're actually seeing that of Jimmy Neesham at this point in time.
Let's, of course, there is the chase that Pakistan has to get done. I need to just look at the bowling. Let's look at the bowling of New Zealand, of course. We'll give you their team lineup. And we'll see what varied lineup they have. Now, this is a bowling attack that has not given away 300 in this tournament. I know today it's nowhere close to 300, but the fact is that all other teams have given away 300 at least once. These guys haven't, which means that bowling is actually, fair to say, their strong suit. You're not totally convinced, the
No,
both of
I'm
you.
not.
Half, you think?
Yes, 50-50.
50-50?
Maybe 55-45.
How do you rank them? In terms of variation, I rank them as up there in terms of variation for a bowling lineup. But in terms of effectiveness, Zach, you.
So their fifth bowler is a concern. Fifth bowler is conditions applied. So
Jimmy
if
Neesham
you
and Colin de
yeah,
Grandhomme.
so Jimmy Neesham and Colin de Grandhomme, if conditions help seam bowling, then their attack is very lethal. But if conditions are not helping seam bowling, which is like today I think it's a tricky kind of a surface. It's not a fast surface. It's not seaming condition. The ball is holding a little in the wicket, and that is making shot making a bit more difficult. There is turn also in the wicket, so Santner will come into play. So I think it will be, like I said, I think dependent on Lockie Ferguson, Bolt, what kind of start he gives. Matt Henry, if he gets early breakthrough, yes. Otherwise, I think he will be under pressure today. Pakistan batsman can put him under pressure. Bolt they should be watchful of. And Lockie Ferguson, if left-handers are batting, his angle might work in their favour. So from Pakistan's point of view, it's important that one of their left-handers play a longish innings, to negate Lockie Ferguson. If that happens, then there will be some kind of pressure applied on Lockie Ferguson as well. So all in all, they have these four bowlers who can make the impact, and this game is definitely going to be. I think it was about 80-20 in Pakistan's favour when at 15-20 overs or 30 overs in the game. But now it's become 60-40 in Pakistan's favour. So I'd still say that it's advantage Pakistan at this stage because of the past score.
Yeah.
It's a still pass score on this track. So if Pakistan bats well and focuses and approaches the game in the right manner, they should be able to win this game. But this 240 or getting close to 240 or getting close to pass score has certainly lifted New Zealand's side. I mean, they'll see it as an opportunity to build pressure and the scoreboard pressure might come into play today.
Scoreboard pressure, because this is a tricky total, and remember, this is Edgbaston, so you're looking at a pass score of there and thereabouts is where New Zealand has got. And Grandhomme, I think a week ago when they were playing at Edgbaston, New Zealand, he bowled Grandhomme out for 10 overs. Because I think he bowled 10 overs for under 3.5, and I think he didn't bowl Neesham in that.
So it does
Kane
seem
Williamson.
like this, the wicket does seem a little tricky. For me, from here, it seemed like maybe it is a little two-paced.
Yeah.
Some of them are going on, some of them are holding. So, so that 230, 240 will be hard work. Like, you'll have to really earn those runs. It's not going to come easy. You want to make sure you have wickets in hand. You want to make sure you stitch up good partnerships, because once you get set, you want to stay through. You want to kind of bat through, because any new batsman that comes in is going to take time to get set.
Let's show you what happened, that Edgbaston game that I'm talking about, New Zealand playing South Africa. South Africa got 241 batting first, and 245 is what New Zealand got, 9 balls to spare, and Kane Williamson had to play out of his skin. Sorry, it was a 49 over game, so 3 balls to spare.
Yeah.
With 3 balls to spare, they won it in the last over, and Kane Williamson played out of his skin and got that century. And today, Pakistan will look at that and say, somebody's got to bat out of their skin for us as well.
Well, so they have 2 guys who can do that for them. One is Imam-ul Haq at the top of the order. The second is Babar Azam. So they need these 2 guys to make sure they bat there through for Pakistan. That's the only way these guys are going to win the game.
We'll show you the batting lineup as well for Pakistan. We'll show you their 11.
Because they definitely need 1 or 2 guys to hold ends up for them as far as batting is concerned, and revolve around those couple of guys, because Fakhar Zaman's going to go hard at New Zealand, because that's the way he plays. Mohammad Hafiz has been playing like that. He's been attacking from the get-go when he comes into bat. That Haris Sohail plays in that fashion, where he wants to play shots, where he wants to score runs. That even Imad Wasim, for that fact, likes to get going. Only Sarfraz Ahmed, Babar Azam, Imam-ul Haq look like those steady guys who can hold ends up for the team. And they need to play that role. One of those 3 guys have to bat through for Pakistan if Pakistan are going to win this game.
Now, from what the surface has shown us, Zach, this 237 is deceptive, yeah? Look at he's smiling, he's got that smile.
Yeah. It is. I think it's going to be a good game of cricket.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Pakistan will have to bat really well. And like you've seen with New Zealand innings as well, it's just about building that partnership. So I think Pakistan needs that one solid big partnership. If it happens early on in the innings, that will demoralize New Zealand bowlers and the game will be easier.
If the openers can get it, nothing like it for them.
But
right?
if you lose early wickets, then the pressure falls back onto the middle order, and we've seen how then scorecard pressure comes into play.
Tournament pressure as well for Pakistan.
Exactly.
We'll show you the points table so you know what we're talking about in terms of the tournament pressure, because they have to win every game. It's really simple math for them. 3 games, 6 points, get to 11 and hope that, you know, the cards fall.
Like you said, Darya mein phek do.
Neki kar darya mein pheng. Yeah.
I think what Pakistan will be disappointed with after this victory is the fact that they had a great opportunity of working on that net run rate.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at that net run rate, if it's going to come into play later, it's minus 1.2. And if they had actually had that killer instinct to close this game way early, then it would have been just a great day out there for them.
Go for the jugular when you can.
Yeah, but right now, like we said, you know, first and foremost, as a team, think of getting to that 11 points.
Yeah.
You know, for that, win is important. That W matters today, so that's what they should play for.
Yeah.
There's another important piece of news that I want to share with the two of you. It's about a character who everybody loves in world cricket. I'm talking about Chris Gayle. You're like, "Arey, ye Chris Gayle kahan se aa gaya idhar?" Beach mein. It's because of a press conference. It's a release that he's had. We've got Chris Gayle has said that he is basically, essentially, unretiring.
Maybe a test match against India and then I'll play definitely.
He's unretiring.
I won't play the T20.
So I'll tell you what has happened, right? I mean, and it's always great news. He's a great entertainer. People love watching Chris Gayle. He's also managed to pretty much eliminate running from his game in the last year or so. Stand and hit it out of the park, man. Running is tough in the old age. Doesn't matter. Just swing my arms and get the runs. But I'll tell you what has happened. I'll tell you why this has happened. So he's obviously not watched the Pakistan game right now. He was just reading the scorecard. He saw S. Afridi picking up 3 wickets. He went, Shahid Afridi's back? Hang on, I'm coming back as well. That's what's happened.
Maybe.
It's all a great misunderstanding, but we're all winners at the end of that misunderstanding because we get to see more of Chris Gayle. And who minds? Bowlers usually mind, but Zach's retired, so he doesn't mind anymore, right?
If he's coming back, I'm coming back too.
Yeah. I would love for that to happen.
And if these two are coming back...
Just a gentle swing. Just a gentle swing.
Just gentle swing? 6-step runner?
Gentle swing at 140 Ks.
Yes.
We need a left-arm seamer. India does.
Yeah.
Should we start your training?
When are you becoming president?
Of country?
First you become president, then I'll start playing.
What do you want me to become
It's easier,
president
it doesn't
of?
matter. Age doesn't matter.
I'm already president of my housing society. Is that good enough for you?
BCCI.
Oh. What about MCC?
Or let's start our own league.
Let's start. You want to go rogue? And you're announcing this. You're popping this on me live. We're going rogue. Alright, apparently we're going rogue. Goodbye forever.
With GK, everything is possible.
Goodbye forever. It was good while we were on screen. So that's what we're doing. Expect a press conference really soon. We're going to start a league of extraordinary old gentlemen.
Yeah.
Where only 40 plus are allowed to take part. Run-ups are not allowed to be more than 4 steps. You're not allowed to bowl more than 70 kilometers an hour.
Why?
Any restriction for batsmen should not hit more than
If a batsman
50 meters.
is below 35 years of age, you have to bat with your hand. It's hand cricket for you.
Are you just now said you're not allowed to play if you're not 40.
Yeah, but if you, I thought you were
batsman.
trying to get into our league, so that's what I was telling you.
No, I was just
You
trying to
have to play hand
understand your
cricket.
league. I'm happy playing whatever league I'm
Yeah,
playing.
or we'll give you a stump to bat with.
Stump to bat.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Done. We've got 3 already. Who's joining us? Come on. You know it's going to be fun. Okay, well, coming back to business. Well, I mean, this is actually more serious business, but if you want to talk about the game, all right. We've got Pakistan who's coming out and saying we need to win this game. We need 2 of those 6 points. You only get 6 points if you win 2 first. And 238 is what they need to get to win. It is going to be tricky for them. We've seen both the teams, of course. We've shown you both those lineups. And the fact that it's Edgbaston, so we showed you the last game as well, saying this is kind of a pass score over here. I'm going to quickly put both the gentlemen in the spot right now and say, can Pakistan do this?
Yes.
Done, Robin. Zach.
So for me, I think if Pakistan should aim to be at 75% for no loss or one at the end of 15 overs. If they've done that, then they've won this game. Then Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle, as
Yes.
I love that phrase.
But I think they'll win in 45 overs.
45, well done. Zach, what about you?
I think they should win this game. That's the feeling I'm getting. I think their batsmen will show the similar kind of intent what they've shown against South Africa, and if they do that, then they will be in commanding position. By 15 or like how Robin is saying, they will be around 60-70 runs. Possibly 1 or 2 wickets down at that stage, and then that's gonna set the tone for the match. If that happens, I think then the game will finish by maybe 42nd over.
Oh, I was going to say 43, and I thought I was being just going with the out there call. But you've said the game will be over by the 42nd over. You were saying by
44.
the
44.
44. I just have left with 43 then.
You can go 41 as well.
I can go 40.
You can go 40.
41st over, the game will be over.
Okay.
Done. Yeah?
Done.
Done?
Yeah.
All right, in. Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you at the end of the 15th over on Cricbuzz Combox is all we have time for right now. What do you mean all we have time for? We've told you everything about this game, games that happened last week, told you about Chris Gayle, told you about starting our own rogue league. How much more do you want in 30 minutes? This is done. It's time to eat some dinner for us now. Thank you so much, Zaheer Khan. Thank you, Robin Uthappa. Thank you for being here. And thanks to all of you for watching My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. We'll see ya when we see ya. Good night, kid.